Okay, welcome back, everyone. Once again, we're doing some current streaming TV shows that are just very intriguing, both on Netflix. Which one will win out as the recommended pick, and which one will be okay to decent to middling and mediocre range? Let's find out. We're all about finding a good show that actually makes you glad that you binged it, that you checked it out. And it's not always an easy find. Everyone's interested by different things, and lo and behold, IMDb is almost as bad as parent company Amazon when it comes to just trying to figure out if there's actually some reasonable quality to expect in a program, or if the filmmakers or their friends are messing with the reviews, if it's amateur hour, if it's good but not great, if it's intriguing but only going to appeal to a certain audience. You never know until you take the plunge. And sure enough, I was glad I took the plunge with both of these shows. But which one really won me over? I'll let you know. So, first off, there is Treason, which is a 5 episode miniseries helmed by UK miniseries extraordinaires Louise Hooper, excuse my pronunciation of that, and Sarah O'Gorman. It is based on an original idea by Matt Charman, who is best known as the co-writer of Bridge of Spies, the movie. And this is once again just already a very well done spy-filled intrigue. It is modern day, not based on any actual events, just very intriguing. Like, just a solid mix of mystery and uh, UK politics, as well as just, again, the oldest trick in the spy book, which is who do you work for, who are you loyal to? And it manages to be very compelling. And I'm glad that I did not go with the stupid, just absolutely petulant IMDb reviews, because had I done this, I would have missed out on this beyond thrilling adventure. And it was a good idea that they made it be just a mini series for Netflix, because as we know, Netflix is the king of just canceling shit just as soon as it comes out, just throwing money at it and not expecting any kind of return. And this was one where, I could see this actually going on for 5 years. Like, if you are a fan of just about any spy movie or show, there's something for everybody. Obviously, the main reason everyone's going to be watching Treason is because Charlie Cox has hypnotized viewers for his lead role in the movie. Uh, the I cannot remember it. It's a really good one. Yeah, Stardust. So that's the one that really compelled everybody. But then it was also, the Daredevil TV show, because everyone bought him as the titular blind, lawyer turned vigilante superhero. And altogether, it was just interesting seeing him just bite off more than he could chew of the role and make it his own. And it's very interesting. He's just, the whole cast is just very charming, sexy, and just very intriguing. And it really does not go in the direction you think it will go. Like, it will appeal to all people who are into all kinds of thrillers, from Man on Fire and The Kingdom to Syriana and Michael Clayton. It's that kind of thriller. There's all kinds of ramifications involving preventing World War III to all sorts of bribery. Yeah, we get this just very complex circle. We are introduced to Cox as the MI6 deputy who's been promoted, at MI6, but he's just very much just kind of thinks he's untouchable. And then next thing you know, a Russian spy named Kara Yurzov, who's played wonderful effect by Olga Kurylenko, who's best known for being a James Bond girl, as well as in various other movies and shows. including Hitman, Magic City, and all kinds of other French productions. And it was really cool to see, uh, you know, two Marvel actors. That's right, she was in Black Widow. I just really just go to town with these spy tropes and really make them intriguing. And I saw many people saying, "I don't buy this. This is implausible." I'm like, it was pretty well fleshed out to where you could buy it if you're into anything from the Bourne Identity movies to the Americans to even 24 and Andor. That's right, that Star Wars spinoff is in fact a spy show, but it was very just well balanced. It didn't rely on very little gunplay, but even then, it was never to the point of like we got to have something blow up every 20 minutes and you can't take it seriously. It was very well thought out. It's not gonna rely on just too many just tropes that drive people crazy. Alex Kingston was pretty effective. You might know her from ER and Doctor Who, but she was the prime minister in this, who's being blackmailed by some powerful Russian forces. Kieran Hines, who you might know as Caesar on HBO's Rome and various other movies and shows, including Munich and AMC's The Terror anthology show. He was very effective here as a guy who's reveals himself ultimately to be a bad apple. He's got a lot of political intrigue. And aside from all the various puzzles, it's just really everyone has a mystery going for them. So they never feel like a plot device, let alone like they're only a portion of the puzzles. Just all the mystery was very well ironed. It didn't feel like it went off the rails or wanted to get too cute for its own good. So once again, no M. Night Shyamalan or Chris Nolan type, just last minute twists that are a twist of a twist of a twist. You know what I mean? There's nothing that makes you say that was too much. Can't buy into that. So if you're, once again, just jump aboard if you love all kinds of stuff from Nikita to The West Wing to any other kind of political spy thriller. You're going to enjoy this one. Real big scene still was Tracy Ifethar, who is another international actress who plays a mysterious CIA force who may or may not be arranging a hit squad for a key figure. And she's another person who's done all sorts of video game and voiceovers, including the Star Wars The Old Republic. And she's no stranger to spy espionage stuff herself, having been part of other spy show ensembles like the Bourne Identity spinoff Treadstone, as well as Quantico. So, yeah, another big surprise here was Una Chaplin, who plays the stepmom, who's married to Charlie Cox's character Adam, and she harbors her own kind of secret as well. And the reason she's, her surname is Chaplin is because she is in fact the great granddaughter of Charlie Chaplin. But yeah, everybody is very effective here, and kudos to the casting department for deciding, hey, here's how we're going to organize all these plot twists. Here's how we're going to make this stand out from all the other spy and assassin and political thriller shows. And it didn't drag for 1 minute. I was watching it with other friends and family who aren't really big into spy stuff, and it moved them. So kudos to them. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to detail more on the other show that is big on AMC, and that is none other than Only as the Recruit. Yep. So once again, thank you all for listening, and once again, we had a very bizarre show here as The Recruit. Nothing to do with the Colin Farrell Al Pacino movie. So this was very unusual, and out of either spy show on Netflix, this one I liked a little less. It just felt like it was insightful, it was intriguing, but didn't always make the best moves. It's like watching a chess game, and in this case, the final round taking a turn was ultimately what stood out. The build up to the actual showdown and the players themselves weren't the most interesting. So that's essentially what this was, seeing an intriguing and attention getting chess game, but you're not really invested in who makes it out of line. Altogether, the main lead was pretty decent. He's best known as, again, Noah Centineo, and he has been in Black Adam and all other sorts of blockbuster movies. I mainly found this interesting just because Vonnie Curtis Hall, who's been in everything from Daredevil and Broken Arrow to directing all sorts of lively stage production with his actress wife, Casey Livins, and I thought he did a good job here as the boss. He's always been a very underrated character actor. But yeah, despite finding the creator of this show, the recruit, to be intriguing and want to avoid cliches, I didn't really feel like he rose above so-called cliches. That being said, it's an interesting watch. It's just not one that just stood out as, wow, I'm so glad I saw that. But I'm a fair guy, and I'm all about, hey, does it stand out or intrigue in some way? And while it was not one that left me with much, I was still applauded them for picking an unusual cast and showing that they could make an original concept, even if I didn't feel like it went in the most interesting direction that it could have actually gone. But that being said, I'm a sucker for a good espionage show, much like I am a good mystery, and I have to applaud him for just deciding to say, hey, we're going to go our own route in this instead of, once again, do the billionth James Bond or Die Hard method. So, once again, something for everybody. If you want a Mission Impossible type show, this will appeal just as much as those looking for something more low key, like Designated Survivor or, again, Nikita. So, something for everybody in both these shows. One stood out a little more than the other just because the plot twists were a little more gelling, and the other one was more take it or leave it, which was the latter here, the recruit. But at the same time, I recommend both. I really think these are the kind of underrated TV producers' creations that need a little more insight, need a little more attention, and bigger audience for sure, because this is where you find creativity, folks, is looking at the underdogs, the ones who are really doing a good job here with their method, with their bread and butter, with their delivery and methods, instead of relying on the usual Netflix tricks on, hey, blindly sign me up for a deal that doesn't go anywhere. So both shows are highly recommended and worthy of espionage lovers' time.
We'll return after these messages.
Hello and welcome to Culture Shocked, the pop culture podcast brought to you by four aging millennials and our outdated opinions. Join us every Tuesday as we discuss movies, TV, games, and even music, new and old.
Dude, what do you think you're doing?
Are you seriously trying to record a promo without us right now?
Well, yeah?
Dude, you can't just do the promo by yourself. Who's gonna listen to that?
Yeah, and you probably haven't even told them that we're a pop culture podcast where we always agree on everything. For instance, the Sam Raimi trilogy, easily being the best of the Spider-Man movies.
No. But I think we can all agree that Jaws is a classical masterpiece.
Nope, don't like that. But we do all agree that the sequel trilogy of Star Wars is the best in the Skywalker saga, right, guys?
That comment is so ridiculous. I don't even know where to
Anyways, that'll do it from all of us here at Culture Shock. Thanks for listening.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win. On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and booty debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in, it's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
Do you ever find yourself thinking about who would win in a fight between Goku and Superman? Hi, I'm James Gavsey, and on the Who Would Win show, me and my co-host Ray ignore anything important happening in the outside world and debate fictional battles between characters from comics, movies, and video games.
We got a new show every week, and almost always am I the winner.
Yeah, not true, Ray.
In the past, we've discussed such matches as Captain America versus Darth Vader, Solid Snake versus the Iron Giant, classic matchups like RoboCop versus Terminator, and even the Muppets versus Sesame Street.
That one was crazy. So if you're a fan of geek culture and love a spirited debate, check out the Who Would Win show wherever you get your podcasts, or check us out at whowouldwinshow.com.
We let things pile up in the DVR. We add them to our queues. We wait for the DVDs and Blu-rays. We time shift. The Time Shifters Podcast. Sci-fi, horror, fantasy, superheroes, comedy, action, film, television, maybe some not-so-current events. Find us on iTunes or at timeshifterspodcast.com.
Cool thing about Blind Knowledge is we are in multiple countries. We are worldwide all across the globe. We are in the US, we are in the UK, we are in Canada, Germany, India, Japan. We're in Australia, y'all. BlindKnowledge.com. Now back to the feature presentation.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a jacked up review show.